Hello, accountability buddies. This is Les with another episode of Less is More Healthy, coming to you from the car as I am about to run errands before work. And I'm not going for a walk today for several reasons. First off, it rained hard overnight. The ground when I got out of the house was still sopping wet. It had just stopped raining. And so that was around 8 a.m. And that means the trails are going to be a mud pit, especially the trails that I have been walking lately. Salem Woods is going to be just well, it is a swamp. Salem Woods is built partially in a swamp, and so that swampy area is going to be even more wet. So I am not going to go for a walk this morning because even though I got new waterproof hiking boots, I don't really feel like testing them out this morning. So, no walk this morning. If I feel like it, I might go for a walk tonight just around town with my wife. It won't be something that I document. And then I do need to run some errands, so I figured I would take this time to swing by Walmart on my way to work so I could pick up batteries, some more heat, that alcohol that I run my little stove that I do my coffee outside episodes with, and a couple of other little things at Walmart. So, yeah, errands, no walk, unfortunately. And the unfortunate thing here is that I have a dental appointment tomorrow morning. I might go for a walk before that because it is at 10. I'm not due at work until like noon because of that appointment. So, yeah. I am thinking that that's all good. I'll be able to get a walk in tomorrow. So my goal is to get as much walking in as I can while I can. So this week is supposed to be nice, and then we're supposed to get rain over the weekend. Although each time I look at the weather app, the amount of rain is reduced. So it was like at a 90% chance this past weekend. And then I looked at it earlier and it had dropped down to like a 40% chance. So, just like reducing the amount of possible rain over the weekend. So I may or may not be able to get a ride in over the weekend. I do have work from home on Friday, so that means I will be able to get out for a bike ride in the morning, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if I get to do that or not. Right, so today's topic of conversation is getting back on the bike after an accident. So as you may or may not know, a couple of episodes ago, it's been over a week for me at this point. I had an accident with my bike. No one else was involved. It was just me. My tires got sucked down into some gravel wash, and I dumped my bike, and I fell on my head and shoulders and hip and ankle and everything else. I fell on my right side. Now, what I should have done, hindsight being 2020, what I should have done was get back onto the bike, go back to the start of that gravel road, and re-ride that section right then in the moment and get it until I got it. And instead, I got myself up, shook myself off, checked all my things, and then just went on my way. Now, I don't think what I did was bad. I think it was just like, in that moment, that's what I thought of. But if I had it to do over again, I'd certainly would go back and rewrite it immediately. Like just immediately rewrite that section. And the reason behind that is psychological. It's all about mental health. It's all about making sure I prepare myself so that I can see, yes, I can do this section of road. Yes, I'm safe. it's all about the amygdala. It's all about like training the amygdala into knowing I can do this. And part of me is wondering if on Friday I avoided riding my bike to work because of that accident. Now, that's a possibility. I was pretty nervous. I was pretty shaken up after that accident. And I do wonder if the reason I was not riding is because of that. Now, I did get right back onto the bike on Sunday. I went right back out there. Um, and I felt good about it. I wasn't nervous when I got it. I was a little nervous when I got to Old Road, which is where I had my accident. I was a little nervous coming back down it. That is a very loose wash of gravel. But I did what I realized I should have done the first time through. I stayed to the right hand side. I stayed in the sort of grassy area of gravel and took it from there. And I got down it successfully. There's a little bit of fishtailing, but not as much. And I just stayed on that side of the road where it was more compacted and safer. And because of that, I was able to safely and successfully negotiate that whole roadway and enjoy it, like have a good time on it. Um, and so, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who is also a cyclist, or was a cyclist, still has his bike, and he was talking about the fact that he hasn't been able to get on his bike since he had a really minor accident. He's just very afraid of being on his bike. So he had this little spill like I just had, and he wasn't badly hurt. He's just like, yeah, I haven't been able to do it. I haven't been able to psych myself up. And I realized through that conversation, but also through my own experience, the most important thing after a bike accident is to get right back onto the bike. And if it's safe enough, ride the area where you got hurt, ride the accident spot. Getting back onto the bike is so important. And, would I say, like, if I got hit on 107 by a car, that I should come back out here on 107 and ride my bike? If I got hit in Salem right now in October by a car, do I want to ride my bike in there? Probably not. Probably building some success first would be helpful. But in terms of like, I dumped my bike because my tires got sucked down into gravel, the best thing, the safest thing for me is to get back onto the bike and ride that area again. And certainly there are going to be spots where, the reason that you lose control of your bike is because you don't have the right tires on it. You're not properly prepared in terms of what your bike needs to successfully negotiate a section. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you can, if it's safe enough, get out there and re-ride that section and do it in a way that is as safe as possible. And, you know, that way you build your confidence, you build your self-esteem back up. Because that is exactly what happened with me yesterday. So this was literally yesterday that I did this. And I'm going to say that was so important to get out there and get onto that old road again. Because if I hadn't, I think I would still be nervous to ride the bike. And like I keep saying it, it's so important to re-ride the section where you dumped, if possible. So, with that, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that if you are here and you're watching, you're enjoying this, you're getting something out of this, either it's inspiration or it's helping hold you accountable to your health and fitness goals. Maybe you need a little pep talk to get back onto your bike after however long you've been off of your bike. You can do it. But anyway, with that, I thank you for being here. I thank you for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, and all of that. If you have found this at all helpful, um, you know, like, subscribe, all that nonsense.